Shade is very hard to find in the desert, but I have some. Hi, thank you for watching this if you are. My name's Nate, nice to meet you. About 6 months ago, I moved to Arizona to work toward healing myself from chronic mold illness or toxicity, however you want to characterize it. And when I did, I made a video for my family and friends and put it up on YouTube to kind of let them know that I was leaving Michigan and moving out here. And one of the surprising things that's happened is, since I put that video up that I thought would just be consumed by, like I said, a handful of people just to kind of know why they weren't seeing me around town, is that people from all over the country have now seen that video, and they've been reaching out to me and telling me that the story that they're hearing me tell sounds a lot like what they're going through, which is really sad to me, but it also makes me feel very connected to those people. People heard me talk about the move and how, I discovered that I had this chronic illness that I was dealing with and some of the symptoms, and they've been asking me, hey, what are you doing about it? How did you figure it out? All these different questions. But one thing that I've learned in the process of trying to heal myself is that regardless of how crystal clear the answer is, takes a long ass time to fix these things. I don't know if they'll ever be completely fixed, to be honest. Maybe fix is not a good word. So that being said, for the people who have reached out to me or those who I've been in conversation with, before you get to the tactics, and I'll probably make more videos about the symptoms that I had that helped me to figure out that I had mold toxicity. Before you get to the tactics, you're gonna need to ascend to a whole nother level in your mindset. Well, I guess my lens for illness or injury in the past, before this happened to me, was there's something wrong with you. If you're having symptoms, you go to the doctor, they tell you what it is, they tell you what the treatment plan is, you do it, and then you heal, you get better. Here's what I didn't know about some of these environmental toxins and some of these chronic illnesses. A lot of the doctors are not gonna know what's wrong with you. And you're not gonna be able to figure out for yourself right away. I went and saw gastroenterologists, I went and saw heart specialists, I went and saw, obviously the family doctor. You name the specialty of the area of the body that I was having these symptoms in. And every single one of them said, I don't know, you're fine. Or the GI doctor said, you have IBS, which, by the way, that's symptoms. That's not a root cause. It's not going to really help you figure out how to get better. So you come away from that experience of going to this avenue that you thought was going to be the answer to healing you, with no more answers than you had going into it. And now you're frustrated, you're pissed. And I'm bringing this up now as the second video I ever make on this topic, because the number one thing is going to be making peace with that anger and frustration and finding a way to turn it into something good for yourself. Hearing myself preach that, it's funny because there's so many days I spent on my living room floor literally in tears crying because I thought that I was dying. But over time, the more you sit in that pain, the inability to do the things that you love to do, the frustration with your personality melting away, the more you start to kind of carve out that next version of yourself, the one that's more patient, the one that's more gracious, the one that's more willing to do new things and branch out and grow. My inabilities during the time of my illness took me away from all the things that I grew up loving to do. I played hockey my entire life, exercise, worked out 6 days per week. You name the physical activity, I was into it. So it drove me nuts. And I imagine if there's people who find their way to this video, they're watching it because they're desperate and they're pissed and they're frustrated and nobody's giving them the answers. Get used to it. I believe that if this is happening to you, you have the power inside of you to figure it out. I believe that if you embrace this experience, it will turn you into the ultimate version of yourself. And I believe that it will give you the strength that you need to help other people. But it's going to suck for a while. So, you know, I didn't really have a plan for how I was gonna approach this. I just wanted to start this conversation. And I was thinking, okay, for the people who have asked me questions in the comments of this video or who have reached out to me personally, what would I tell them first? And it has nothing to do with supplements. It's got nothing to do with testing you need to do or professionals you need to go see. It's got everything to do with this. And if you embrace that mental journey that you're about to go on, you're gonna figure the rest of this shit out. And I will be there to help you. Let me know in the comments of the video if you're seeing this and you have questions about my move. Is it helping being out here in the desert, or anything about the Sedona area, or the mold stuff, or the mental stuff, or whatever it is. I want to hear from you, so let me know.